Hello and welcome to Mid-Island Custom Diecast. My name is Evan, and today we're participating in the Tonka Build-Off Challenge with Diecast Sheriff, I believe in honor of his birthday. As you can see here, I will be transitioning to a new logo and some new video features as well, so looking forward to that. Just another reminder of the skid competition presented by Outlaw Speed Shop. Please check out my Instagram at Mid-Island Diecast for updates there. Of course, I will be updating you here on YouTube as well. So, without further ado, let's look at the Tonkas that I'll be doing for this build-off. On the left is a red miniature van. As you can see, they both fit on the turntable. The red van is from around 1979, best I can tell. You can see the stickers have faded off almost completely, and the glass is all yellow, and there's a bunch of scratches and rust. We'll take care of that. The yellow one, I think, is a Jeep of some kind or a beach buggy. I'm not really sure. There's not a lot of info out there on it. But anyway, it's looking a little worse for wear too. I picked both of these up at a local, I guess, secondhand shop, and for $1 each. So, yay me. Anyway, let's get started. So, this one, we just had to bend those little tabs. You can see it's pretty dusty on the inside. And the wheels pop off fairly easily. At least I got one of them off on each axle. The van, a little more complicated. I did have to grind these plastic tabs off, which meant gluing it back together at the end, which is really no big deal. So we open it up, and it has several pieces there. You can see these wheels are a little bit different than the other ones. There's a little base metal piece, some exhaust, and a front bumper, and the interior. Both Tonka bodies are going to get the sanding and Scotch-Brite treatment before the paint stripper. But as you'll see in a second, the red van came out okay. This yellow one, barely any of the paint came off except for what I had actually sanded. The stripping didn't do anything, and of course I don't have a sandblaster. So as soon as I got all the little crud out of there, we switched to the battery operated Dremel. That worked okay. Most of the paint off. As you can see, it's flying all over the place there. Also a snow track up in the top right corner, which I was working on simultaneously. Anyway, we switched the wire wheel bit to this flat one for the back. Yeah, the paint was coming off pretty good with this, so I basically spent the better part of an hour or so with that. And then on the inside, for Christmas, I got this nifty new rotary tool with a foot pedal, and I love it. I love it. It's so great for blasting paint off, and really easy to control the speed, but it did kick up a lot of paint everywhere. So respirator and goggles were a must on this one. Here's the red van. You can see the paint came off obviously quite a bit better, but we went over it with the rotary wire brush anyway. I'll just show you a little bit of that. It's not that exciting. So I'm not used to working on vehicles this big, even though they're not that big. Certainly never worked on a Tonka, but the window here was a perfect opportunity to try out my new UV light and hydrogen peroxide treatment to remove the yellowing. So we put it into the Tupperware with I put some aluminum foil in there just to add a little bit more reflection, and a little bolt to keep it down. It really wasn't floating, but whatever. Cover it up with some saran wrap or shrink wrap, whatever you prefer to call it, And yeah, once we had that on there, I threw the UV light on. At first I tried overnight, and then that was Friday. Saturday morning, it was still pretty yellow, so I left it on all day Saturday as well. And once the kiddo went to bed, we went back and checked on it. So we'll see what that looks like in a little bit. And so now we're going to prime the interior piece for the Jeep. I didn't want to use fine primer for this stuff, really kind of a waste of money. So the $8 can of primer it is. Same with the satin black for the interior piece here. Just give it a freshen up. I really was going for more of a restoration here than any custom work. Just wanted to try something new. Here is the yeah, this is the front bumper and side exhaust pipes for the van. I ended up airbrushing some chrome paint onto it, so we just did a satin black base coat. I think I probably should have done gloss black. I think the chrome would have come out better, but anyway, the van is getting Italian red from Tamiya, what little tiny bit I had left in the can. And this is a very cheap can of yellow paint from Michael's or something. Anyway, it did turn out quite nice, and no clear coats or anything on these ones. So that's pretty much all the painting right there. Now the tires, just taking the Molotow chrome pen, giving them a nice coat around the rims, and I put it on the Tonka logos as well, just because I think it was originally, and it looks fancy. Now here's the windshield window piece. It had some cracks in it, and it was a bit bent, but you can see the yellowing is way better than it was originally. And so because of the cracks and stuff, I just thought, I'll polish it, and I don't need to go dunking it in the huge... I'd need a huge vat of pledge, so we take the cotton attachment on the battery Dremel, just because we don't need it as quick a speed, and just give it a once over. I'll show you the front, and then we'll check in with my daughter to see how she feels. Does it look shinier?
Yeah?
Perfect. Now here's all the pieces, getting ready to reassemble. You can see the tabs are a bit scratchy, but who really cares about those? They're going to get tucked underneath. There's the red van, the interior. At this point, I didn't realize that I had forgot the chrome on the exhaust pipes, so I went back and put those in. But anyway, while I'm putting them all together here in the background, let's take a little reminder of the dilapidated vehicles we started with and where we ended up. So you can see the red is obviously much better. Just, you know, just a pretty much standard restoration on these two. The yellow's a little maybe brighter than it was originally. But, you know, I think they both look good. And it was a fun project, albeit a little frustrating at times, but yeah, anyway, thanks to Diecast Sheriff and the rest of the guys participating. And we will see you Saturday for the 3 Blind Mice snow track build.